I was traveling from Morgantown back to Wetzel County on Route 7. And I was getting ready to come through this little town called Hundred. Hadn't quite gotten there yet, and it was super late at night, probably midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm driving on, if you've ever been on Route 7, it's middle of nowhere. There's nothing for miles and miles. And I'm driving these like curvy, hilly little back roads. And all of a sudden I come around this turn and I see something walking on the white line to my right. And I'm looking at it, and it's huge. It's this big dark blob, and it's huge. And I'm driving, and I slow down, and I'm kind of straddling the yellow line because I had just hit a deer 2-3 months earlier. Had just had to put $1,200-$1,500 into my car from that deer, so I didn't want to hit whatever this thing was. And I'm driving, and as I'm passing it, I look out my window, and its shoulders and head are pretty much up high enough that I can see them through my passenger side window. And it has a long snout, pointy ears, and I remember looking at it and thinking, wow, that's a really big dog. For some reason, whatever this thing was, I saw it and I immediately thought this is some type of canine, some type of dog, and I just kept driving. I was super tired, wasn't really thinking super clearly, but 2 or 3 miles down the road, I realized that hopefully wasn't a dog. Dogs are not that big, so I kind of just saved that in the back of my mind. I kind of just convinced myself that what I had seen was a bear, a super skinny bear. Well, fast forward about a decade, it's 2021, 2022. I'm roughly on the same stretch of road. This time it's kind of later in the fall. It's like first, second week in November, and I'm a little bit closer to this town called Mannington. And it's super dark, super foggy. I'm driving. It might be between like 10 and 11 o'clock at night, and I'm going super slow. And all of a sudden, I see a big blob way up ahead kind of go over the guardrail. And I lose it because it's this big dark object, but I kind of lose it in the fog and the darkness and the blacktop. And I see something go across the yellow line. And this thing goes across the yellow line all in one motion, right? Typically, if it's a deer or something, you can kind of see where, like, its front legs cross, and then its body crosses a little bit higher, and then its back legs, are lower. So you can kind of tell when the entire thing crosses. This thing crossed the yellow line so quickly, I thought, okay, whatever this thing is, it's up on 2 legs. So I'm going super slow. I don't want to hit whatever this thing is. It might be a deer, so there's probably, more deer following it. So I slow way down, and, it's foggy, it's dark, and as I get closer to it, by the time I see it, it's almost on the other side of the road. It's maybe between 5'8" and like 6'5", and it almost looks like a person wearing all black. So at first I think, okay, maybe it's a person, walking along the road they decide to cross, and they have like a hoodie with their hood up or whatever, because they're pretty much entirely just this big dark blob. And I think it might be a person. I'm getting a little bit closer. I'm going super slow. I'm still maybe 20, 30 yards back from it. And it walks over to the white line on the opposite side of the road. And that's when I notice it like crouches down on all fours. And it kind of turns to look at me. And I notice it has like long snout, ears, pointed, ears. And then it just jumps up this like 6 or 8 foot embankment and just goes barreling through the woods on all fours. And that's when I realized, okay, that probably wasn't a person. And I really don't think that was a bear. And coincidentally enough, about a month ago, I was lucky enough to go to the Veggie Main Day that they had at Fairmont State. And one of the speakers there was an individual named Les O'Dell. Les O'Dell is a northern West Virginia paranormal investigator. And one of the things he talked about was stories that he had collected about the Dogmen of West Virginia. These bipedal, dog-man-like creatures that multiple people have reported seeing. And as soon as he started talking about that, I was like, yeah, that's might have been what I saw.
Hey folks, it's me, Jimmy. That was my buddy, the Best Virginian. Be sure to go check out his channel, The Best Virginian, on YouTube, where he does West Virginia history, folklore, creepy stories, kind of similar to this, more of a historical standpoint type. But yeah, thank you so much for recording that and sending it in. As you guys know, I love when people record and send in these stories just like this. I think it just gives it's like you've got a cake with icing and then it's the cherry on top. You know, hearing the story from their perspective. It's great. Thank you so much. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. Now, what do you guys think this was? Do you think it was the West Virginia Dogman? Could it have been something like a werewolf? I honestly don't know enough about it to know the difference between the two. But would love to see what y'all think. Or could it have been something entirely different, similar to like that devil monkey we've had some stories sent to us on before? It's really hard to say, I guess. Wow. Love to see what y'all think in the comments on this one. And don't forget to like, share it out. And then if you enjoyed this and you hadn't yet, why not subscribe? It's totally free. It's not going to cost you a thing. You just keep coming back here and listening to more and more. Go through and listen to all our videos. You have a good time doing it. I know some people like to do that sometimes. But yeah. Oh, and if you've got a story you would like to send in, you can send it to spookyappalachia@gmail.com. Or you could send in the audio file of your story. Very similar to this. You just record it, attach it to the email, and send it in. Appreciate you for doing that. Again, he's Best Virginian. Look him up and give him a sub. You'll be glad you did. And until next time, we'll be seeing you. But don't forget, stay spooky. Good night, folks.